In this video, I'll walk you through how to generate precision JSON prompts to build your own AI icon sets, stylized portraits, branded assets, and even animate them. We'll start with ChatGPT and JSON, then use tools like MidJourney, Freepik, Kling, and Premiere Pro to push the look beyond static AI outputs. This is how you make AI content that actually feels custom. Let's dive in. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss more content like this. First up, I want to show you a really effective way to prompt inside ChatGPT, a technique that lets you create clean icon sets, transform AI-generated portraits, or even apply styling to your brand's logo. We'll be using JSON-formatted prompting, which has been gaining popularity lately, especially with Google Veo 3 workflows. You'll find a free JSON prompt list in the description that you can use anytime. Now, I'm pasting my prompt into ChatGPT. I'm using the GPT-4o model here, which works just fine. I'll also drop in the icon image I want to transform. Let's wait for the output. And as you can see, it looks very promising. Let's try again, this time making a minor tweak. I'll change the accent color value to orange and red. I'm curious how the model will interpret this adjustment. And yep, the new version reflects those changes perfectly. This technique isn't about wild creativity. It's all about precision and repeatability. I'll be doing a separate video for how this works in Veo 3 specifically. I want a whole set of variations, so I'm asking ChatGPT to generate prompts with completely different style values. Got it. A list of 10 new prompts. I'll grab one and pair it with a rocket icon. Perfect fit. The style matches exactly what the prompt describes. Like I said, precision is the name of the game. Now, I'm switching to an AI-generated portrait, and I'll test one of the same prompts from our list. Let's see how it turns out. Waiting. This looks really solid. You could easily build an asset library from this, with consistent design and visual fidelity to your base material. Let's take it even further. I'm sending the output through Gigapixel, a fantastic tool that I highly recommend, especially with the quality inconsistencies we sometimes see in new AI models. As you can see, the sharpness is on point. It's the perfect prep for the final animation step. Next, I'm uploading our final graphic into Freepik's video generator and selecting the Kling 2.1 model. Highly recommend this one. It's credit efficient and the results punch way above their weight. Prompts are generated automatically inside Freepik. That's a huge plus, speed and quality. Just double check if you want full control over the motion elements. Always worth previewing first. And there it is, a clean, subtle animation. It might be simple, but it's ideal for animated GIFs or UI elements, and thanks to the JSON-based prompt structure, it's consistent and scalable. Now I want to show you a few ways to elevate your AI content, especially if you're building short-form videos or adding flavor to your reels. Let's start with a cartoon-style B-roll, perfect for energetic sequences. I'll drop a pre-written prompt into MidJourney, making sure to set the correct aspect ratio. Of course, we're using MidJourney V7 here. Here are our results. Solid, stylized, but the real magic happens in Premiere Pro, where we'll craft the motion. First, I'm generating short loops using MidJourney Video Generator with the high motion setting. Now we upscale the results using Topaz Video AI with a custom preset. You'll find my exact settings linked in the same doc as the JSON prompts. Done. Now let's move to Premiere. The first thing I'll do is apply the posterized time effect to drop the frame rate. We're going for a more traditional, cartoon-like feel. Setting it to 12 FPS works great here. See? It completely changes the aesthetic. First step complete. Next, I'm adding a dynamic layer using Artlist. They've got some of the best stock effects out there. This isn't sponsored, I just use them constantly. I'm grabbing a grainy light flicker, which adds nice energy to the background. Set the blend mode to overlay. Sometimes screen works better, so test both depending on the source. I'll group both layers into a nested sequence, then add a mask via opacity to create a subtle vignette. I'm increasing the feather to soften the edges. Opacity feather is where the real control lives here. Now let's remove saturation using Lumetri color. The desaturated look fits this aesthetic really well. One last layer of motion. Using the transform effect, I'll keyframe some gentle upward movement with slight scale. Important, set keyframe interpolation to ease in instead of linear for a smoother feel. Let's apply posterized time again, this time for the motion sequence. Done. The end result no longer feels like basic AI content. It looks like a custom-built animated scene. Let's move to something more cinematic. I'm asking ChatGPT for a fresh list of prompts, same process as earlier. We run it through MidJourney, pick the best shot, and use that as our base. This time I'm switching to Minimax Hailuo 02 to turn our still into motion. Looks great, definitely a keeper. Now we upscale again with the same topaz preset as before. Looks amazing. On to effects. For this shot, I'm adding an anamorphic flare, another trick to give it that cinematic look. Again, I'll use screen mode for blending. Works like a charm. Next, I'm masking in a subtle blur layer. Same technique as earlier with the vignette, just repositioned to focus on our subject. Final result, really clean. And don't forget, you can export this in a non-standard aspect ratio for a bold filmic presentation. And now, my favorite trick. To really elevate your AI footage, add sound design. Nothing makes visuals more emotional than sound. I'm using Artlist again to grab custom fire samples and some ambient destruction sounds. Here's one that works perfectly. Now let's layer in screams from a burning village scene. Perfect fit. And let's throw in some Viking horns and collapsing buildings for added drama. Now, just a touch of EQ and level balancing in post. Here's the final sound pass. Just listen. And that's how you take AI visuals from just okay to fully cinematic. Whether it's designing custom icons, animating stylized loops, or building rich character scenes with voice and motion, these steps help you stand out. If this was helpful, give it a like, drop any questions below, and don't forget to subscribe for more real AI workflows, not just shiny thumbnails. All links, prompts, and presets are in the description. See you in the next one.